Perfect. So, just about a little bit about target integration, what we do here. So we're digital adoption specialists. So we believe every business should be able to leverage the full power of their business insights through digital adoption and um, integrating business into their daily practices. So who we are, so we're based in 4 countries around the world, with our HQ coming out of Dublin, Ireland. And we're also based in Oxford and the UK, India, and then the US. So we've been in business for 17 years, digitalizing business processes with over 4,500 customers worldwide and 140 experts on hand to help you with your digital processes. So services we offer digital maturity assessments, roadmap creation, vendor selection, rescue projects, support on existing projects, implementation, data transfer, and software app development. So there's a number of different sort of technological services that we offer to help you get the most out of your business and become as digital as possible. So we work with a number of different partners. So we're going to be running through one of them today, which is called Odoo. And we'll be showing you the different sort of accounting practices on that. And this is a short little view of our team. So why us? So we're a solution-focused company, technologically independent. So we're partners of a number of different technological providers. We're experts in business processes. So we'd look at your company processes as a whole and look at how we can optimize them as best and efficiently and effectively as possible. We do this through business insights and analytics with our in-house technical team. And we offer some different sort of ways to get your business started up through different sort of technological phases. So this is one that brings you through sort of what we look at your business objective, bring you through a discovery phase that will give us more information about your company and bring you into a gap analysis to find the selection of technology that is best suited for you. And then we analyze and plan resources, time creation of comprehensive implementation plan, configuration of the system that you'll use, the data transfer from your previous system onto the new one, and development where necessary. And then we also offer ongoing support to help you get set up as fast as possible. So the outcome of discovery phase. So after the completion of discovery phase, you'll be provided with two primary documents. The discovery phase requirement documents will have full information on the project and how it will be delivered. And the benefits around it are identified functional requirements, cost reduction, risk management, set business goals, clear project scope, and business challenges and opportunities. So we look at every different aspect of your business and how we can best optimize it. We also do a co-launch discovery phase, which basically assigns a single point of contact to your team, and we work with those specific Odoo consultants. And the estimated time will be shown to implement depends upon your capabilities to learn and implement. So it depends on the size team and everything like that. And then we'll have a rough estimate, which will be provided after the business overview discussion is complete. So there's brought through a internal business overview discussion. Then we bring you to a selected business area where we can implement the new system. If you're looking for warehousing, accounting, etc. And then you have access to online training material and data upload so you can get your team trained up faster. We run you through different training as well with our consultants so we can get you set up as quick as possible. And then the outcomes of the co-launch basically brings you through a work structure breakdown of the spreadsheet. It's created and presented to the client, which checks all the requirements of the chosen apps that you would wish to use within Odoo. And then this is just a brief look at some of our clients. So we work with basically pretty much every type of business that you can look at, from accounting to clothing to pharmaceutical and construction and more. And that's that from my side. And I'm just going to pass it over to Ayush, who is one of our software consultants. And one second. So yeah, so Ayush, introduce yourself and tell us what you're going to be doing today.
Thanks, Ryan. So I'm Ayush and I'm working as a software consultant here at Target Integration. So I work with the Odoo team. I work with other softwares as well, but majorly I'm focused on Odoo implementations and support. So as Ryan told earlier, we do a full implementation starting from the discovery phase, scoping out the project, identifying your data migration needs. Then we move over from your legacy systems, whatever systems you've been using, whether it's multiple systems or one system, and we migrate it to the software which we identify the best for your needs during the discovery phase. And then we from there we start the training sessions for the single point of contact, who is the super user on the new system which we are building, and then all the users who will be actually working in the various departments. And then after we go live, we support you with ongoing support and help you improve and add more applications to your database to enhance your business as you grow. So I also have a demo database with me ready today to show you what Odoo is and how it works and give you a snapshot of the system. So I'll just share my screen. I hope you can see my screen.
Yep, that's all good, Irish.
Okay, so this is a demo database which I've created. Anyone who wants to test Odoo or who wants to get a look and feel of it and see whether it works for their business can create a demo environment on Odoo, and it lasts for 14 days. And this is what I've done for this demo as well. So on the main home screen, this is where you land up when you login into Odoo. Each icon represents a business app, and Odoo is a single license and all apps kind of software. So you pay for one user license and then you can use as many apps as you want. There are around 70 apps in built in Odoo, and then there are third-party apps which can be installed to fulfill your requirements, which are not satisfied out of the box from the apps which Odoo offers. So for this demo, I've installed CRM, sales, accounting, inventory. So on this homepage at the top, we have a couple of buttons. So this one at the top is a chat and notifications functionality. So if you're using Teams or Slack within your business to communicate internally with your users, you can also use Odoo to communicate on particular documents inside the system, let's say following up on a customer or following up on an invoice, any task, project. So you can collaborate with your team members within the system itself. Here is the chat functionality, and you can just click on new message and start a chat or create a channel department wise within your business. Then this little clock icon, this shows all activities scheduled for yourself and your team members. If your team members have scheduled activities for you, so you will have a good understanding of what tasks are due when, and it describes it basically based on late, today, and future. So for example, if I go to one late, so there was an activity scheduled on this opportunity, CRM opportunity, that an invoice had to be sent to the customer via email, and it is 2 days overdue. So it is to help you stay on top of all your tasks and manage your tasks efficiently. Odoo also supports a multi-company environment. If your business has multiple entities, you can create all those entity into one system rather than creating siloed databases for each entity. So for example, here I have the Ireland entity, Chicago and San Francisco, and it's easy to switch between companies. I can just click and now I'm in the Chicago entity, and then I just change it to the Ireland entity. It We can distinguish the records of one company from another. For example, if your nominal codes are company specific, we can restrict to either use it in a specific company or can be used in all the companies across the database. Then just your login, logout, and your account preferences. We also have a built-in AI functionality in Odoo, which I'll come to later. But since this webinar is majorly about accounting, I'll go into the accounting module straight away. So when you go into the accounting module, this is a dashboard which you see. So it'll show you how many sales invoices you'll see a snapshot of them, if how many are unpaid, how many are overdue, which have not been paid by your customers. And same you'll see on the purchase side that you have two bills to pay, but there was zero value on it. Then we have tax returns. So as you move through the tax periods throughout the year, it will keep showing you what all tax periods are upcoming and are becoming due. And then once you file the tax returns, it will show you what tax returns have you filed. If you're in the UK, Odoo is directly connected with the HMRC. So when you fill your tax return out, you can directly send it to the HMRC portal from within Odoo. In Ireland, it's not connected with the revenue department as of yet, but hopefully it'll be soon connected to revenue as well. Then banks. One of the features I love about Odoo is the bank feeds can be connected to Odoo directly. So if you have multiple bank accounts in your business, you can sync the bank feeds with Odoo directly. So if I click here on Connect Bank, it will pull up a list of all the available banks across the globe, and you can just search for your bank and connect it by putting your user credentials. And then the live bank feeds start coming on a daily basis, and all you need to do is just validate the reconciliations. So for example, you had an invoice which was paid by a customer, and now it is waiting for you to be reconciled. Odoo's automated reconciliation tool, which will suggest you based on the amount and the customer's name that this bank statement feed line matches with this payment, which is there sitting in the system waiting to be reconciled. So reconciliation is pretty much just validating what the system is already suggesting you that this matches against this payment transaction. And for example, here I go into the transactions. These are all the transactions waiting to be reconciled. Some are already reconciled. Then, if you deal with multiple currencies in Odoo, Odoo can be linked with multiple exchange rate providers around the globe. The one our clients use mostly is the European Central Bank. So it fetches the reference rates and you can set the frequency. How often do you want to update the exchange rate based on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis? And every day, whenever the rates are released from the exchange rate provider, it updates it in Odoo automatically, and your payments invoices start picking up the latest rate which is there in the system. Then we have the master data. Like any other system, all your customers, vendors can be set up on Odoo, and you can start creating invoices or payments against them uh, within the system. And the master data is shared across multiple applications. Since it is a full suite of ERP, you only enter the record once and there's no duplication. So if you have created the customer once, the customer can be used on a sales order, purchase order, invoice, any delivery note. So there's single entry of data. There's no duplication of data which is to be entered. And so just to show you how an invoice looks like in Odoo, this is an example of a customer invoice which is partially paid. So out of 757, 38 was paid. And now once the bank feed comes in, I can just reconcile the payment which is received from the customer. Odoo also supports OCR, optical character recognition. So, for example, if you have supplier bills from various suppliers, there is an OCR functionality in Odoo that you can upload a PDF of the bill, and Odoo's OCR system can read the bill and convert it into a bill in Odoo. So, for example, I have this one with me. This is a bill which is created from another system, not Odoo. And this was uploaded, and then Odoo read the lines from here and created a bill. This is a paid credit-based service which is needed, but once you have the credits, you can upload bills and digitize them to convert it into an actual bill on Odoo. So you don't need to manually look at the bills and enter the line items, the taxes, and everything. And if you upload a PDF and Odoo is not able to read it correctly, like if it messes up between the lines, it didn't pick up the due date or the reference of the bill correctly, if you fix it, Odoo learns in real time, so that next time when you upload the same PDF, it will remember that last time you changed this date to another date on the PDF, and it learns in real time to give you better results each time when you upload the PDF. Then all reporting, standard financial reports are there in Odoo out of the box. There's the balance sheet, P&L, and cash flow statement, and the tax returns, obviously. And there are multiple ways of reporting data in Odoo. Odoo's reporting is very powerful and built in itself. So you can run comparisons between different periods on a balance sheet, or you can run the comparisons on the P&L. And in case you need any management accounting report which is not available out of the box, there is an Odoo Documents app which has its own spreadsheet functionality. So you can, since all the data is inside of Odoo, you don't need to export it to Excel, but you can just insert a report into Odoo's own spreadsheet and create a report out of it. So, and then you can create your own dashboards and stuff going forward. So there is an inbuilt dashboards feature as well in Odoo. For example, they have given some basic metrics, profitability, what are the cash reserves, performance, and but you can create your own dashboards, whatever you want from the data. If the data is available in the system, you can create any type of report you want to. And we help our customers, we train them, like we can create reports on their behalf as well, but we train them and make them capable enough to create their own reports on the fly whenever they need them. uh, Also, coming back to the AI functionality, Odoo has recently, so this is version 19, which I'm showing to you currently. Odoo releases a new version every year. And this is the newest feature which is introduced. So, for example, if I click on the AI button, you can give it a prompt just like ChatGPT or Gemini. And so if I just click on display profit margins by product category, the AI can create a report for you in from the data which is already there in the system. So there's a lot which can be done with AI. So if, let's say, you assign a customer a particular tag and you want to move it to a particular report whenever you have a transaction coming in from that customer, AI can put that. So basically, based on your prompt, it can create a report in the way you want it to create it. And it is very intuitive, and it can help you create reports, dashboards, and fetch data, which is not available out of the box in Odoo. So that's a snapshot of the accounting application. There are more applications. So whatever the business needs, based on the business needs, we can keep on installing and improving, enhancing the database. We have CRM, we have sales, manufacturing, and projects. Whatever a basic business needs, it has everything. We have the barcode functionality and keeping your stock takes and everything. So that's a snapshot of Odoo, a generic snapshot.
Thanks very much, Ayush. That's fantastic. So everyone, we're going to be running through a little bit of a Q&A between Ayush and Aisling, and Aisling's just going to describe her experience of implementing Odoo within outsourced accounts and payroll. We're going to run our own sort of Q&A after if anyone that is attending today would like to ask any questions. But I'll fire it over to yourself, Aisling and Ayush. If you want to introduce yourself, Aisling.
Okay, thanks, Ryan. So my name is Aisling. I am Managing Director of Outsourced Accounts and Payroll. We're an accounting, bookkeeping, and payroll company that helps businesses manage their finances. I have been working as an accountant for over 25 years and recently started our digital transformation to Odoo. Prior to this, we were primarily a QuickBooks accounting practice, but have started moving clients over to Odoo accounting system now. So my job here today is to share my experience with that transition, including what you can expect, some practical tips, important things to watch out for if you're considering a similar move. I'm looking forward to discussing the challenges and benefits that we encountered and hopefully provide some useful insights for anyone thinking about integrating Odoo into their own accounting processes. Um, it's a good system. So yeah.
Great stuff. Irish, do you want to start off with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
questions? Great stuff.
So, Ashling, like you've recently started using Odoo, you
Mhm.
moved over from QuickBooks to Odoo. Can I ask, like, what made you consider moving your practice from a QuickBook-based practice to Odoo?
I wanted to provide for my clients the more unified system. So I suppose QuickBooks is sitting there as a pure accounting package, which is perfect for a certain type of business. But what Odoo gives is the full package of CRM, invoicing, projects, documents, everything is all connected. So this is actually a move to really scale my practice to be able to offer a more complete service to clients.
Yeah, makes sense. And yeah, Odoo is a complete ERP suite. If your clients need more
Mhm.
apps apart from accounting, yeah, they get it in one single package on a single user license basis. So yeah, that makes sense. And but like when you started using Odoo, what was your first impression of it? Did you find it too complex compared to QuickBooks, or was it just a matter of training you received and then things got better with time? What was your first impression of it?
I think initially it was slightly daunting. I'll be totally honest with you. However, with training and undoing the QuickBooks habits that I'd already had in place, I guess, Odoo felt like a better system. It is modern, it's fast, it's really intuitive, and it just works slightly differently. But so I had to unlearn those QuickBooks habits.
And you have quite a number of clients which were using QuickBooks and you were managing their accounts on QuickBooks. So one of the most challenging things of moving a system is data migration. So how was your experience with the data migration from your QuickBooks clients to Odoo? Uh,
A lot, and honestly, expected it to be taught how to create the templates to import the data. It's actually really seamless. So I would say that it was actually really easy. Yes, there's a little bit of import cleaning up, but that's more previous data just to make sure that it comes through properly. But no, it was easy. The import tools are good.
Yes. So one good thing about Odoo is so whenever I'm training any user who has started using Odoo, that when you're moving your data across to Odoo, Odoo offers pre-built templates. So if you go into if you want to bring in all your open invoices from the cutoff date when you're moving over, Odoo offers pre-built templates. It is a bit of work to adjust your data which you have exported out of your legacy system to that template, but once you get all the fields mapped correctly, where the date goes in, where the customer name goes in, the import flows seamlessly. So yeah, it is a bit of work, a bit of cleaning on Excel, which is to be done, and formatting, adjusting. But yeah, Odoo offers pre-built templates, which helps to migrate.
And then the data
Um,
that comes over
yeah,
is really clean.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. And so compared to QuickBooks, if you had to name one feature or one process which you found easier in Odoo compared to QuickBooks.
Um, the one that probably comes to mind is bank rec because of the feed feature, when all the data is in, is literally taking your bank statement and posting it onto Odoo, and it's reconciled. So it's a very different reconciliation feature than, again, I was used to, but it is much easier.
Yes, yeah, I agree with that. Odoo has built connections with almost all the banks across the globe, and even if they don't have a direct connection with a bank, they offer the bank feed connection via third-party application, which helps you bring all your bank feeds on a daily basis. And reconciliation is pretty much just validating what the system is suggesting you to match off against a transaction which is sitting in the system to be reconciled. So yeah, I agree with that. And if you had to tell any challenging bits which you found during the switchover from QuickBooks to Odoo, what would that be?
Probably the biggest thing is adjusting to this all-in-one mindset, which Odoo provides. Um, QuickBooks is very linear. Odoo connects everything together. So definitely the workflows have to change. And it's not that it was a bad thing, it was just different. But I've now got used to it. And it's now a lot easier.
Yes. So yeah, I'd agree with that as well. Since Odoo is connected, all the apps are connected. Sometimes changing something on one record means you have to make changes on the linked hierarchies which are there in the record, because the customer, if let's say you are making a change on a customer, the customer is linked with your deliveries, with your CRM, with your accounting. So I know you're just using accounting at the moment majorly, but yes, if I look at that from a consultant's point of view, changing a record, there are links between a single data which we have entered in the system. So that can be a bit challenging, but that has its own power as well, since you only enter the data once and you get reports throughout the system in every app which you're using. So yeah, and the integration certainly helps between the apps, which is there. Um, how have your staff adopted to Odoo so far?
Um, Training has been required. Again, they have now been primarily QuickBooks users. So, but they are now appreciating that a lot of the manual tasks are now gone, and the dashboard visibility of the things that we need to know I suppose on a daily basis. It's in your face. How much are you owed? How much do you owe? So on and so forth. So yeah,
Yeah,
that feature is good.
yeah, definitely. Training is needed whenever moving from any system to another. Even if moving from Odoo to any other system, I'm sure there'll be a lot of training needed again. But yes, moving to any system requires training, and then a lot of teething issues, as we call it. Yeah, those get smoothened over the time as we work with the system. And what would be your favorite feature in Odoo 19 so far?
OCR.
OCR.
Yeah. Definitely. Uh, Purchase invoices, uploading them, Odoo extracting everything. It's amazing. It has made the purchase invoice entry very, very simple. And it's very intuitive. So I think you said earlier in your thing, as you were talking, um, it remembers everything from the previous
Yeah.
time. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, really good.
Do your clients feel a change? Like, do they see any change on their side of them being moved from a QuickBooks database to an Odoo database? Or
No, we've honestly tried to make this as seamless as possible. Um, the one thing that I think everyone maybe did is they got very used to how their invoices looked, sales invoices looked. Uh, they look differently. But honestly, they have noticed nothing else. They're very happy. They We're faster at providing the information because of the OCR, really, to be fair. And
Yeah.
then obviously you've got the bank reconciliation part as well. So no, they're very happy. And I would say that if anything, they would say that probably the turnaround is a little faster than it was, which is
Okay.
a good thing.
Yeah, yeah. Like most of the requirements can be fulfilled out of the box in Odoo. For example, let's say if you want to change the layout of an invoice, so Odoo has its own document builder where you can drag and drop and change where the logo is, where the dates are, how the overall format looks like. And the good thing about Odoo is if you're not able to do any changes functionally, as we call it, without going into the code base, we can, since it's open source as well, we can go into the back end of the system and change it from the code level if a requirement is absolutely necessary and it is not being met by the way like how Odoo suggests it to work. Then we can obviously go and change it, as we call it,
Mhm.
customizations. It's suggested to not customize it drastically because it causes issues with upgrades and stuff. But if a requirement is absolutely necessary, we can always customize the system to suit the needs of the business. And since moving from QuickBooks to Odoo, what improvements have you seen in your operations? If you can, let's say, mm, describe
I
any
think again,
metrics.
it's probably the same almost as the previous question is our closing times. A month end has been faster. Um, and because everything is inside Odoo, outside of the financial or the accounting app, is for the clients, it's much more organized. But I literally just deal with the accounting app within this, but it's just a lot faster. And it has reduced errors. That's the other thing
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
OCR.
And another good thing is, let's say, any accounting practice like you, if they want to use Odoo, they want to start with it. If they just want to use the accounting app, it's free. You can just sign up and you can start using one app accounting. It comes with the documents app, so you can use the OCR functionality, manage your documents and everything. And until and unless you start using more than one app, you don't need to pay as well. So Odoo has been offering this one app for free since forever. And yeah, this is really helpful for an accounting practice who just wants to maintain a client's database and use the accounting app for them. So yeah, this is another
Mhm.
advantage. And if another bookkeeping accounting practice is thinking of moving over to Odoo, what would be your suggestion to them?
I would say go for it. I think you should give yourself a good time for the onboarding, understand the system, make sure that you've got all the templates, that you understand the whole thing. Start with one client, which is exactly what I did, and learned the process. You need to just understand the workflows, but for us, it definitely Odoo definitely gives us more capabilities than QuickBooks did. And I would say absolutely go for it. It's a game changer.
And I know I've worked with you on clients which
Mhm,
have multiple entities. So how was your
mhm.
experience dealing with a multi-company or multi-entity environment
Perfect.
within the same
So
database?
so easy. It's you just switch between one and the other. Um, it's it's extremely seamless. You're not logging out and going back in to the other client. You know, because we are working on multiple clients. But yeah, the multiple entities within one, amazing. Such an easy switch.
Yeah, yeah, I'd agree with that. The Odoo handles multi-companies very seamlessly, and
Mhm,
there's no confusion between the records. It keeps them unified and segregated at the same time very neatly.
mhm.
So yeah, it is very efficient. No, that's good to hear, Aisling, that you're liking Odoo and it has helped your business. So
Yep,
yeah,
definitely, definitely.
looking
Yep,
forward to onboarding more clients of yours to Odoo
yep,
and helping them grow their business.
yeah.
Great stuff, guys. Thanks a million for running through those Q&As. I hope everyone found that useful. And we have a few questions from our audience here. So I think this one's directed towards Ayush. So this from Toshik. So does the OCR capture information directly from camera or JPGs, or apart from uploading PDFs?
Of now, only PDFs are supported. So if you want to upload a document, it has to be a PDF. JPG image formats are not supported as of now.
Okay, perfect.
It has to be in a PDF. Yeah.
And then from Steve Troy, we have do you use Odoo for your newsletters and client information as well? So that might be directed at both of you in this sense.
So Odoo has, if you're asking about the newsletters which have to be sent in the form of marketing newsletters, yes, Odoo has a full marketing suite. It has email marketing, marketing automation, which are two apps which are used in sync. You can create automated marketing campaigns, like send the first email on a certain date. Then, if the recipient opens it, then trigger another email, let's say 7 days after that, and record what was the bounce rate, what was the response rate, and everything. Then you have SMS marketing, you have social media marketing in Odoo as well, where you can link all your streams, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and you can understand the metrics, how your social media posts are performing over the various platforms. And yes, newsletters and everything go out from the email marketing app. We use it, our clients use it, and we help them implement it. And we automate their marketing activities to send out a newsletter, let's say every once a month, twice a month. So, yeah.
Great stuff, yeah. And as someone who is a marketer himself, I can confirm that it's very good. We use it for our own email newsletters and reach outs and general, if there's some sales catch ups that we need to do, it's just all in the one system. So it just keeps it simplified rather than juggling between different sort of technologies and softwares. So just on to the next question. This is for you, Irish. So are there any AI features that are useful for accountants?
One would be if you're looking to create a management accounting report, you can give the prompts, the correct prompts, and it will generate a report for you. Let's say if you want to see the sales by product category, by department, or based on a certain tag, and you want to see percentages of increase, decrease compared on the previous period. I'm just giving examples, but it will create reports for you, and you can review them and you can improve them based on your follow-up prompts. It's just like ChatGPT, where you give a prompt to it, it gives you an answer. If you want to improve it, you give it another prompt and it learns. So it learns in real time, and it will keep improving and understanding what you're actually looking for. So the answers it gives you will be getting accurate with each prompt you give to it. So I'd say any in-house, like all the financial statutory reports which we have, P&L balance sheet, that's already all there. But I'd say if you're looking for any internal reports to run the business, AI can definitely help you get that.
Great stuff. And yeah, just a reminder to anyone that's sort of using AI or integrating AI, just make sure that you've trained it up in the right way. Make sure you've given it the right sort of data and what information you're looking from it specifically. So we've seen sort of in times gone past, some companies might be just asking for generic information and it gives a generic answer rather than something that is specific to your company. So definitely always just tread carefully when you're giving specific information to AI. So there's another one here because I know we have over, was it 71 apps on Odoo? That's correct?
Think
Um,
so, yeah.
so this is a question. So is there an integration with electronic signature apps?
Yes, so there is an inbuilt sign functionality in Odoo, which is just like your DocuSign or Zoho Sign. So you can upload a document onto it, and you can put the placeholders where you want the recipient of the document to say sign, and you can send the document directly from Odoo to the recipient, and once they sign, it records the IP address and the unique ID of the person who has signed. So it is a fully compliant e-signature tool which is offered by Odoo. So yeah, it's inbuilt.
Cool. Very good. And then we've just two more questions to go. So this one is in regards to training. So how is the training conducted? And is it through short videos, through one-to-one training, and like specific documentation provided?
So you we are based in 4 countries. So if the client is in one of these 4 countries, we prefer to conduct the training sessions on site with them. So, for example, if I'm based in Ireland, so we have all whatever clients we have in Ireland, we go and train them on site in their premises, or they can come to our office if it suits them. And it is usually we go with two approaches. One is train the trainers. So the business tells us who will be the super user, the project manager from their side, and we train them up, and they train their users up. Or otherwise, we train all the users into one big classroom department wise. So it depends on the app. So for example, let's say for accounting, I can tell you that it usually requires 2 sessions of 2 to 3 hours each to cover the full module. And it'll be pretty much the same for manufacturing. But let's say if it's a more concise app like CRM, we can cover it in 1 session. So we ourselves prefer to go on site and train the users up, because we also get a good idea of what IT infrastructure are they using, if we have to test out any barcode scanners, printers, and stuff. But yeah, it depends on the business if they would prefer remote or on-site sessions.
Very good. And Ashling, just as like a little question from that, how has your sort of training experience been with target integration and Odoo?
Great. I have to say, Ayush has been my trainer, and he has done a fantastic job of giving me the tools so I can kind of run a little bit myself. And for me as a practice, I have now been able to tweak templates so that for other people, other accounting firms that might be considering doing it, is you end up with one template that you can then use for all clients. So I kind of have a suite of import templates now available to me to make the process easier. So every additional client import becomes easier because you know what you're doing.
Great stuff. Thanks very much. We're just going to go on to our last question now. We're just coming up on 45 minutes, so we've timed that perfectly. So is there an integration with revenue online? I know this was brought up earlier by yourself, Irish, but would you like to expand further on that?
Currently, no. Revenue is not integrated with Odoo at this stage, but I think it will be soon enough, since they have already connected with HMRC since quite a few years now. But yeah, the short answer is no, not at the moment. Not for tax filings or payroll. It's not connected with the ROS.
Okay, no problem at all. Well, I think that's all the questions from everyone. I just want to thank you all for joining us here today for our last webinar of the year. It's hard to believe that it's December already, isn't it? Oh my God, the year's gone very quick. But no,
Fine.
thank you all for joining. Thank you, Irish and Ashling, for joining us today. It's been a really insightful talk.
Welcome. Thank
And
you.
I hope
Thank
you
you.
all enjoyed it, and I wish you the best of luck going into next year with Odoo and everything. Basically, we're going to be sending out an email which will have the details of myself, Ayush, and Ashling. If you want to reach out to Ashling for any sort of payroll or accounting services, the email will be provided there. And if you would like to look at implementing Odoo into your own company, I'll be emailing out so we can get a conversation and maybe a meeting gone from that. But have a wonderful day, everyone, and wishing you all the best of luck for the end of the year. Thank you.
All right. See
Thank
you.
you all.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.